the mother picked up the scissors. She cut open the woman in labor. After taking the child out, the scheming woman faking her pregnancy dropped the act, because she already knew the person with her sister that night was the emperor, so she decided to use her resemblance to her sister to leverage her child into a higher status and become the emperor's woman. But unexpectedly, 6 years later, the sister not only survived, she also gave birth to another child. However, even the woman herself didn't know she had given birth to twins. Back then, after the mother took out the child, she fell into a coma. Fortunately, she was discovered by the now renowned healer on the mountain, but due to excessive blood loss, the child was born with a hidden illness. Now, only the Xian mountain ginseng in the palace can save the boy. Coincidentally, the Empress Dowager was suffering from a severe headache and requested the healer to come to treat her. Thus, the healer gave the woman the chance to enter the palace to ask the Empress Dowager for the Xian mountain ginseng. So the woman, not daring to rest for a moment, took her son and arrived in the capital. Meanwhile, the scheming woman leveraged her son's status and became the crown prince's mother. Due to years of abusing the crown prince stormed off in anger and ran away. At that moment, the boy noticed that the scheming woman looked very similar to his mother. The woman immediately realized who she was. To avoid being recognized by the scheming woman, she hid in the crowd with her son, successfully avoiding the danger. But when she stood up again, she realized her playful son had disappeared. It turned out that the sound of gongs had attracted the boy. He noticed an imperial notice looking for a healer to treat the Empress Dowager's headache, and boldly declared that his mother could cure the Empress Dowager. However, the officials thought he was just a little troublemaker. Just as they were about to punish the boy, the emperor arrived. Because the boy looked exactly like the crown prince, the emperor assumed he was his own son and hurriedly wanted to take him back. Learning he was the emperor, the boy thought that pretending to be his son would allow him to enter the palace and retrieve the Xian mountain ginseng for his mother. So he immediately stepped forward, calling him father without hesitation. The emperor then held his hand and led him toward the palace. At this time, the woman was still frantically searching for her son. When she turned her head, she happened to see a man holding her son's hand. She immediately ran over and stopped them, demanding to know why they were taking her child. But the emperor mistook her for the arrogant and scheming woman and ordered that she should never be allowed to see the boy again. Then the emperor took the boy into the carriage and left. But the woman couldn't give up her son. She chased after them all the way. On the way, she ran into the runaway crown prince, who was thrown out of a tavern, mistaking him for her son again. But the crown prince thought she was the scheming woman who bullied him all the time. Seeing the boy cry, the woman hurriedly comforted him gently. Her tenderness surprised the crown prince. He felt like she was a completely different person today. But when the woman picked him up, he noticed something strange. Her scent was completely different. Meanwhile, in the palace, the boy followed the emperor to the Empress Dowager's quarters. The Empress Dowager was extremely fond of this grandson. While the emperor and the Empress Dowager were chatting, the boy smelled the Xian mountain ginseng nearby. He then released a scorpion train to locate the ginseng. The mother picked up the scissors. She cut open the woman in labor. After taking the child out, the scheming woman faking her pregnancy dropped the act, because she already knew the person with her sister that night was the emperor, so she decided to use her resemblance to her sister